In politics and warfare, an absolutely lull period, writes Propaganda Minister Goebbels in his diary on July 16th. War is far away, and Berliners go for a swim. A sunbath on the Wannsee. Most Germans believed that with France's surrender, England would sue for peace and the war would be over. Early in July 1940, the entire city rejoices with victory. Adolf Hitler returns to the Reich's chancellery as a victorious warlord. The Führer only drives over flowers, writes Joseph Goebbels enthusiastically. Our nation, our wonderful nation. In the Silesian Freiburg, a detachment of the Reich's labor service prepares for departure. The destination is occupied Poland. This footage was shot by Gerd Reger, then 20 years old. These unique color films survived the turmoil of war, buried in a forest near Leipzig. In Kazimierz, Reger films the Jewish ghetto. Even before the German occupations, Jews in Poland lived in squalid neighborhoods in the major cities. The men of the National Labor Service take up quarters in a school not far from the city. The first construction project is the expansion of the camp. A Jewish work gang provides additional manpower. Since October of 1939, the Polish Jews are being commandeered by the occupiers to do slave labor. During a drive to Warsaw, the camera focuses on Polish Jews repairing the roads. When visiting the capital of defeated Poland, Reger documents the damage from bombardment. During the defense of Warsaw in 1939, German artillery and airstrikes killed over 10,000 civilians. Physical education was mandatory for German youth. Scenes from a summer camp of the Leipzig Hitler Youth in the Austrian Villach. Tough as leather, swift as greyhounds, and hard as steel is how Hitler described Germany's younger generation. The children of Propaganda Minister Goebbels pose for the Ufer camera. Each year, Helga, Hilda, Helmut, Holder, and Hader give their busy daddy a film for his birthday, this time in color. Magda Goebbels likes to present her family as a National Socialist model, but Joseph Goebbels is said to have had countless affairs. Hitler, a close friend of Magda's, once threatened to remove Goebbels from his post for his infidelity. My daddy is my best comrade, sing the Goebbels children to congratulate him on his birthday. The parents will take the children with them into death at the end of the war. Magda Goebbels excuse the poisoning of her children as follows. The world which will follow in the wake of Führer and National Socialism will no longer be worth living in. Summer 1940. Hitler is at the height of his power. Much of Europe has surrendered to the greatest warlord of all times. England, however, remains a stubborn adversary. Since May, a new Prime Minister has been in office in London. Winston Churchill proclaims, "We will never negotiate with Hitler or any member of his gang." Strategic bombing on both sides has been escalating since May. From August 1940, the German Air Force bombards England's cities time and again. With her small camera, film amateur Rosie Newman documents the horrible impact of the Blitz. Aircraft losses soon compelled the German and British bombers to switch to nighttime sorties. For months, London is the main target of the German raids. Hitler threatened to level British cities in retaliation for airstrikes on Berlin. Broken window panes are called Blitz windows by the Londoners. Great Britain anticipates the invasion by the German army, and the men from the English Home Guard drill in preparation to repel an invasion. Ambush tactics and the use of camouflage is practiced. To engage German landing boats on the beaches, coastal flamethrower systems have been installed. For months, the British have been experimenting to perfect a more lethal mixture of oil and gasoline. Winter 1940. Götz Hertreger attends a course in Schlieffen Barracks to become a radio operator. Whenever he has the opportunity, he films the scenes of the soldiers' basic training. In the months to come, they will have little else to do, as Hitler has secretly cancelled the plan to invade England. On the 10th of January 1941, preparations are finally stopped, as Führer has chosen a new target. On the 18th of December 1940, he gives orders to prepare the deployment of troops against the Soviet Union by mid-May. The 20th of January 1941. Franklin D. Roosevelt is sworn in Washington as the first U.S. president to take office for a third presidential term. During the election campaign, Roosevelt promised the nation that America's sons would not go to war. But, after being re-elected, he changes his political course. For unexplainable reasons, says the president this day in his speech, tyranny and slavery are about to surge over man's future like a tidal wave. But America and democracy will not withdraw.